saa siit visata kivi.
Okei, aga üks on sealt visata võimalik.
Ja loomulikult hetki rahvalt.
Welcome back to our live broadcast of the Dutch Masters Curling Mixed Doubles Tournament here in Curlingbaan Zoetermeer, Netherlands. Having a little bit of interesting weather outside today. Take a look at the windshield of our transportation vehicle, Lutz Koelewijn's van. A little bit of hail outside the building. Luckily we're snuggled inside here, having our own view of the ice. It's a little less, maybe a little less slippery for those with grippers, those with sliders, having just as hard a time staying on their feet outside today. Teams are busy having their draw shot. That's the LSD. This shot determines the hammer, who has the opportunity to place the stones in the first end. Mixed doubles, a little bit different than if you're just joining us and not familiar with this discipline of curling. A little bit different rules. 6 rocks used per team. 2 rocks are stationary. They are placed one at the back of the forefoot. The second stone is placed in the guard position between the hog line and the front of the house. The hammer team stone is placed at the back of the fore. The team without the hammer, of course, then is placed in the guard position. Each team will throw 5 stones. The first thrower will throw the first and the last stone, and the second thrower will throw the 3 stones in between. We're going to be following a really great game out here today. We're expecting some really great competition from these two teams. Team Hungary with Georgia Nagy and Ildi Szekeres. Know both of these teams from mixed play, from mixed doubles, men's and women's. They've kind of been on the curling circuit for a long time in all divisions. They've decided they're going to focus a little more on mixed doubles. They have been playing mixed doubles since the beginning of conception in 2007. George has worked really hard with a lot of committees trying to get focus for mixed doubles, together with WCF. They've always dedicated themselves, played a lot, got some really big competition at home. They have placed 4 appearances at the World Championships, placing 9th in 2008, winning a silver medal in 2009, 2011 placing 10th, in 2012 13th. So he's up there in the top 15 for sure. And they're being on the ice here battling against a team from Estonia, Mölder-Lill and Mölder-Lill. Also have represented Estonia 2 times, together as a couple at mixed doubles World Championships. In 2014, placing 22nd, and in their second appearance, making a huge climb, qualifying and losing out just outside the semifinals, placing 5th. Great growth. Estonia is also developing a lot of curling. They have already had their curling championships this year and will not be representing Estonia. And that was won by Harry Lill, nephew of Eric, and Marie Truman, both young players coming up from the junior ranks. We know them very well, have played against our men's team and juniors and participated at our camps here in the Netherlands and in Fusen. Some really great development. Nice to see the young teams coming up and competing. Both of these teams in both started playing mixed doubles in 2007. That's when it began. And they've been developing their game ever since. And as crazy as it is, they've never met each other in competition. They've always been in different pools, been attending the Worlds at different times. Mixed doubles tournaments didn't really exist very often. So this is the first opportunity for these two teams to actually meet, and they're looking forward to play each other. They know each other both from men's and women's. They've played on the circuits on the Champions Tour for men or for women, or Europeans as well, but never in this discipline of mixed doubles. So looking forward to an exciting match. A really nice draw shot. So, draw shots are made, and handshakes being done. Curling is a game of courtesy. Spirit of Curling stands 4 out along with the rules. Rules are dedicated by WCF, World Curling Federation. In those rules, on the first page, is the Spirit of Curling. Is a game of courtesy, respect, sportsmanship. Shake hands before the game, shake hands after. You'll hear quite often compliments from each team when good shots are made. So, Hungary has won the advantage for the hammer. Compliments of a well-thrown LSD shot. That means that the first thrower from Team Estonia will deliver the first stone, and their stone is placed in the guard position. That is halfway between the house and the hog line. The hog line is the red line, and you'll see the stones coming by, and that marks over that line towards the house. Rocks are in play. Eric Lill. So they win the first stone of the game. Full sweeping. I just find a little bit stiffer in early ends. A little bit less curl. This one looks like it's curling up really nice. And a great first effort. Throw in line. Blocks one of the roots in. Nagy will throw the first stone for Hungary. Players will then switch, and the second thrower will come down to throw.
Erős. Sok hely van, inkább hagyd kint. Nem megáll. Ó, hagyd kint, nagyon sok hely van, nagyon a szélén vagyunk.
So a really great weight, a little bit straighter down that side out there. Didn't break. We saw that in earlier games as well. I swung a little bit straighter on one side compared to the other side. But as the first initial pebble broke off, rock started curling up a little more and a little more action in the house. Looks like both teams have draw weight. It's going to be an exciting match. In mixed doubles rules, the first 3 stones cannot be removed from play until after the 3rd stone is delivered, so not until the 4th throwing stone can a takeout be made. If a stone is removed from play, then the throwing stone is removed and the move stone is replaced. You can tap stones and move them around the house, you just cannot remove them. Similar to the free guard zone rule in regular curling. However, the free guard zone rule does not apply here. The 3 throwing stone rule applies to any rock in the game. A really great draw shot.
Super baby. Nagyon szép volt.
Good compliments to teammates. Both these teams will have great communication process. They've been playing together for a long time. Each team develops communication signals and that works for them. They have a style of play. few new rules this year. Hopefully we'll get to see them. We'll explain them as we go into the game. So that's the first rock removed from play, and that is legal, so that remains as it is. Rolled a little further than they hoped. They would have liked to have stayed there in the middle. And Hungary will now come down and just try and close the door to the forefoot, protect the 2 stones in the forefoot. Liko Szekeres, Hungary. Played against Hildy, we call her on the tour. Many years. They've had great success. Qualified for the A couple times.
Most kezd szépen jönni.
5-6.
Nem baj, freeze is jó lehet.
5-6.
Várj, magától. Magától, minél bejön. Okay.
Really great draw shot. Basically follow the first one straight down. Same line. Nice control. Since curling has been introduced as a new discipline at the 2018 Olympics, more teams are getting more serious. Countries are starting to develop a little more, invest a little bit more energy and focus on this discipline of curling, which is really exciting. George and Ildi have a lot of competition in Hungary. The reigning world champions, Kis and Sanka, are here as well, also from their home rink. They've been pretty instrumental in helping develop curlers in Hungary, and now they're still trying to compete with them. It's coming up a little bit short. Providing another guard for Hungary. They're going to have to...
Dobunk még egyet, vagy gárdoljuk le?
Én legárdolnám.
Neki nagyon sokat fordult ez most.
Deciding which side to guard up here, whether they guard up the yellows or guard up the access to the forefoot from that blue stone. They're going to take the opportunity for Estonia not to be able to play that blue stone up. So he was saying, George and LD have this year decided to work together with no Canadian coach to continue to develop their game. They've hired Daryl Horn is here working with them. He's here in the Netherlands with them. He's over for a couple months. So looking forward to some great opportunity to learn and also share with their juniors back home. Something George and LD have always committed to do is develop curling also in their home club. As is our other couple. Eric is the coach from the juniors, as well as the women's team. Mölder is the skipper of the Estonia women's team. Eric also coaches wheelchair. So, busy curling couples out here today. Busy and very committed to this great game of curling. It's great to see them having so much fun playing, opportunity to play together as couples. The last stone being delivered by Eric Lill. And the straight side again, a little warmer weight, doesn't come up. And George also threw a rock down that side earlier in the end and it didn't curl.
Úgy fogom dobni, hogy erre is rápattanhatunk. Ha véletlenül hosszabb, akkor söpörtesd rá erre.
De akkor nem lesz jobb annál.
Igazad van.
So, Jose will try and draw for 4 here.
Igazad van, baby. Látod milyen jó, hogy itt
The last one at the end. Not quite the start Estonia was looking for.
Tehát innen szokott elindulni. Mennyivel dobtad az utolsódat?
80.
So lots of clarification, lots of discussion about where they want this rock to go, what to watch for. George has been watching the stones in the house, so he's just giving LDL a few more tips about where things might break, what line to watch.
Irány jó, csak az erő. Apart, apart, apart.
I'm going to sweep this a little bit.
Apart, végig kell, végig.
It's a piece of the way here. And he's going to come up just a little bit short.
Irányba ez volt.
Pretty good effort.
Igen, kezd egy picit fordulni már.
Curled off a little bit harder
Óvatosan
than the
azért nem
earlier
lesznek olyan
stones.
forgások.
Pretty weight sensitive this ice,
Neki
whether it
onnan nagyon
curls
elfordulta.
or whether it runs for a little while. So,
A csajnak
first
nagyon
end, Hungary
befordult
scores
a
3.
szöveg, srácnak meg nem.
Good start
Most
for
ezt, hogy
Team
ők
Hungary.
mennyivel dobnak, az mindegy, baby, mert nem tudjuk, hogy mennyire fogják meg.
If you're joining us from Estonia or from Hungary, welcome to the broadcast. You're watching Dutch Masters Mixed Doubles 2016. If you're joining us from other countries and have some teams here that you're trying to follow that are not on the live stream tonight, you can follow them on live scoring. Just log into www.dutchmasterscurling.nl. Carlo and Elko are busy updating the scores as they happen, keep you up to date as much as possible. You can also read about mixed doubles or follow up on any of the rules in case you're not completely following along and want to get some little bit extra information.
Hely van!
Hea aeg on. Hea aeg on. 3-2-98.
Szerintem jó.
Söpört!
So welcome to our Estonian and Hungary fans. Hope you're watching your team, enjoying the great curling on the ice and cheering them along from home.
Okay.
Szép volt, baby.
Erkikola,
Noh,
suud on siin.
One of the new rules this year in mixed doubles is from WCF rule changes. Is there does not have to be a skip holding the broom in the house. In the past, that was required, and then the skip could come out of the house to sweep, or the sweeper thrower could chase the rock and sweep it. In the new rules, the sweeper can actually start next to the thrower, and there does not have to be anyone in charge of the house. Though some teams seem to be using this, as you can see, Estonia is now. Most teams still continue to play with the traditional rules.
lõpuni ei. Ei!
Everybody's trying to get used to the new opportunities and try new things. And one of the great opportunities with the CCT Curling Champions Tour mixed doubles events, thanks to Armin Harder and Laurence Hebedeau on creating this program.
Jönnék ide, vagy free?
Teams are getting the opportunity to try all the new things. I think both you can see before the Olympics we'll have a much higher level internationally. Lots of teams, a lot more competitive opportunities to compete. There's now 9 Curling Champion Tour events spread across Seattle and across Europe.
Nagyon erős?
Nem nagyon. Nem lassú, szélesebb.
Ó, csak az erő, mert szélesen vagyunk még. Kívülről? Kívülről?
The event here in Zoetermeer was originally scheduled for 16 teams. Because of the demand, we managed to increase to 20. It was a maximum we can go with three sheets.
Tuleme asetusega sisse. Äkki tuleb sisemõstus.
And had a waiting list.
Szerintem hogy ez az oldal.
If you're looking for some mixed doubles events next year, get your entries in early.
40-nel, 50-nel dobálnak. Baby, ezt az egyes követ, ezt vegyük ki.
Ja, kollassa.
Nice little tap back.
Az egyes, ugye 2-es, 3-as, 4-est kértem, hogy dobd el, az egyest
the yellow one behind
eldobtad,
the tee
azzal
line.
ne játszunk, ha véletlenül még sor kerül rá, jó? Jöjjünk be innen, ide? Az a baj, hogy ezt tudja megtolni, innen nem tud kitolni minket.
Szerintem innen egy 40-nel rápöckölni.
Nem akarok bántani semmit. Csak
Jó.
ugyanaz lesz, mint amit ő csinál.
Jó, akkor gyere csak be. De. Gyuri, az előbb beszéltük. Jó.
Tessék? Most kinn akarunk előtte maradni, mert űrről nem lehet megütni, tehát elé akarjuk dobni.
So really just good discussion here about what they want to do with the stone, what they want to block, where they want to put it. George Nagy delivering for Team Hungary.
Jó. Van hely. Kívülről.
His wife Ildi
Jól néz ki,
in the
hogy
house.
mondod?
The Szekeres.
Hagyd.
And for any of the Estonians and Hungarians out there that Hungarians that I'm not pronouncing names correctly, my apologies.
Volt a másik pályán is, hogy egy kicsit kijebről többet fordul. Szerintem az egyes kővel van a baj.
De ezt nem értük, és semmelyikkel nem volt. Tudod, pont itt voltunk. Emlékszel?
Az egyessel ne játszunk.
So here they will take their own ice, determine what the line they want to throw. She's a skip in the women's, so she's used to being able to read her own ice and judge the lines really effectively. So we're taking the opportunity to have a full-time sweeper. Just trying to raise up that blue stone. And a really nice shot. Really nice line. Doesn't quite move it out of scoring position. Leaves it sitting one. It could have been a little bit warmer. They would have liked to push that back just to the back of the forefoot and hopefully be sitting two. Unfortunately, yellow was still sitting one.
Vagy jöjjünk ide. Nem ez. Ide jönne inkább. Kék-fehér széle akkor.
So you got a little view of the inside cantina there on the flash by from our on the ice cameraman Lawrence Hookman. And bringing you lots of visuals of the action here at Curling Bands Uitmere. Some different angles.
Picit kisebb jeget kérek.
A sárgát akarjuk
Picit
letakarni.
kisebb jeget kérek.
De a sárgát akarod letakarni, ugye?
Igen.
Jó. Húzd meg! Öpöd! Öpöd!
Bent van!
Ó!
Nem akarom kivinni előle.
Ó! Hagyhatod, jól néz ki. Hagyd ott!
And Hungary just electing to throw up a guard there. Trying to block the path to the forefoot. Right now looking for opportunity and how he can actually get into there. What opportunity he has to play. It's really turbulent. So, so quite a lot of thinking going into the shot. They're really going to be sure what they're going to do. They don't want to leave. Want to be able to get it in here. Clear some path.
Sinisi seest lähed või? Ei lähe.
Väga kollasesse, jaa.
Oh. It's open yellow one on the back.
Megpróbáljuk ugyanezt, baby.
And hoping to get a little bit more of an inside roll off that one. It's going to leave pretty much the same shot for Hungary. Play a hit and roll.
Jó, legyen normál. Azt nem nyithatjuk le, mert akkor az hat ide. Ne próbáljuk meg, baby.
Noh, ei ole midagi. Siin on väga sinine see pega. Nüüd on see nurk, et parema sinisega tuled sinna maha. Oma sinisega.
Ezt szedjük ki és rolloljunk ide.
A little bit full. That's a quick yell from George right on the release there. Not quite the right line. So if you figure out the opportunities here, you can use your own and play a hit and roll off the blue there. Come across onto the yellow. That's probably the best option. They will lose, they may lose their, the blue one that they're going to use to come on the inside, but depends what kind of weight they throw. They will have to move the yellow one. It's pretty tight to get it through the top. They'll have to throw it with some weight in order to get enough kick from it. Into the last stone. The last stone for Team Estonia. Mölder-Lill. Eric delivered the first stone and the last stone in this end. It's coming with quite some weight. And great shot. Elected to come off and kiss that into the inside, so a brilliant shot. Great applaud from the crowd here. And that's a score of 3. And as you can see in mixed doubles, the score can go either way quite quickly. Getting your rocks in position and your angles is the priority, not necessarily about where they're sitting for shot rock. It's about protecting what you have and creating your opportunities as you can create them. So hammer goes back to
paneme libedama
Team
poole
Nagy.
kinni.
Szekeres. The rock is placed, Yellowstone is placed on the back of the forefoot.
Sealtpoolt, valge keskel. Ei, see on kiire poole peal kinni.
And from a nice big run back
Suunda peab olema. Suunda peab olema.
chip in there from Eric. Now he's got to throw a precision draw. A little bit of time to refocus in the hack.
Palju?
Curling is a game of many different skills.
Ei, las tõuseb.
Requires a lot of physical endurance. These teams are often in the gym training, playing a lot of games in the season.
Oota, ise läheb, ise läheb.
It is also a game of the mind. Balance, coordination, concentration, very important. Team dynamics, as you'll see in the communication process from players, is essential and to have success in a stone from beginning to end.
Irány jó
And
hely
hear
van.
different communication coming down.
Hányos?
Jónak gondolom.
Information from one, feedback from the other. The whole running process to get the most effect from the
Forogni
stone.
kell neki. Forogni kell sajnos. Forogni kell. Nagyon sok hely van. Sok hely van. Okay.
A couple of really nice shots to start this end. Both teams getting good accuracy on their draw weight.
Meil on tugi
Still leaves the button open. The button is a center circle.
Palju minu kiirus oli?
In what we call in curling the house of the circles. Inside those circles is how you score points.
Aga sinine valge päris ei ole natuke, siit on sees.
Mali Mölder from Australia, from Estonia. Been a long day.
3-4. On vaja. Kõks peab käima.
Really great come around there. Got something inside of that yellow one.
3-4.
The yellow one is now free for
Próbálod kívülről.
Estonia to play another shot to move it out of the way.
Csak bejöttél.
Állj egy picit félre.
Both teams,
Ennyi van között.
Állj félre egy picit.
both teams will be trying to create some angles that they can use
Nem
and make an
próbálom meg.
advantage.
Freeze rá.
Mekkora
Fehér
írás?
közepe. Fehér közepe. Kinyitjuk a gárdot, az sem baj.
Élessem egy picit.
Nice soft touch.
Csak az erő van minden hely.
Different than their opponents.
Van
Nagy and Caesars throw, release the stone, and then chase the stone to sweep it. This thrower sweeps their own stone. It's a really nice tap thrown by George.
Okay.
Moving that blue rock back. Blue is currently sitting two stones, but yellow's in a nice control position. They have the top of the forefoot, which is quite powerful.
Ohtlik on kõrvad on.
A gárdot.
Me peame aeglasele poole pealt jooksma sinna tableti peal.
Mölder and Lill have to be cautious where they put the next stone
Ki tudjuk tolni, úgyhogy mind a négy.
in order to keep some advantage.
Ta ei saa päris lüüa oma kollane või alla. Lähme siitpoolt. Asetusega mäletad, siin oli sinine valge tõus päris palju. Oli nii? Viska üles küll. 85. Sinine valge. Seitse, 2. Oi. See on läbi.
Előbb is nagyon befordult neki.
Nii kiire ei tõuse.
Nem biztos. Legjobb lenne, hogy mellette megállnak.
Coming down a little bit straight, not a lot of curl. Here it comes, starting to break now. A little bit of a late finish there. Nice and starting to move around.
Ilus.
Let's block that outside a
Tõmbas
little.
kiri lõpuks. halvad nurgad on muidugi.
Tegyünk egy ilyet.
Liiga
Itt
halvad
akarom
nurgad.
eltalálni. 30-al fogom dobni, ha lenyitjuk a gárdot, az nem baj.
I was discussing the plan is to get as tight to that guard and try and get to the inside of that blue rock that was just delivered from Estonia. And he's going to be wanting to throw a double here. Remove a couple of those blue. And if he ends up clearing off that guard, that's not all lost. That'll be the margin in the shot.
Jaa, 72. Ei no, tõusis hästi, oli sinine.
Second option, we call that. Just on the screen there, you can see Hungary's team coach, Daryl Horn, there on the left, keeping notes and stats. The team will, after the game, take some evaluation of the game and take that home with them, put it towards their training. Nice outcome. It's probably the best he could have got out of that shot. Came nice and tight to the guard. Eliminates one, moves one out of his second scoring position, so looks like blue is sitting one here. Yellow is now sitting second and third shots.
okei, sa ütle, mis ma teen.
And yellow has two ways in to play on that blue, which is a nice advantage.
pigem siin, sellepärast et kui me kogemata eksime kiirelt,
Ei
siis
ole,
me
ta
lööme
viskab
ära.
siit ära selle, me peame siia vahele tulema.
Hagyja, akkor ugyanazt meg tudom csinálni.
Mida, Maile?
Nem, mert annyira akartam
Me
nézni.
kitsamas suunas kaitsest mööda läheb, sisepõske. Ta teeb tagumist kollast, teist kollast
They're going to try and come in around into the top of the forefoot.
et ma ei tahaks, et see tabab kollast välisnurka, muidu me lööme ette
hästi.
With the out turn,
Värav on olemas, värav on olemas.
can't see a skip holding the broom, so they're going to throw down the outside right side of the sheet, with
Az jobb, mint
stone going in the counterclockwise position, rotation. A little curl in.
aeglaselt sees, jah.
35.
Täis äri.
lassú arra. Ne találj el a gárdot most, mert az
Coming up just a little bit short. Sweeping effort by Eric Miller there. And blocking the access from that side. George will play the same line he just played. He'll play on the yellow stone he just delivered and play that back into the blue. It looks like he can see about just a little more than half of that stone.
egy nagyon picit most kijebb vagyunk, többet
He'll need
látok
to hit just about
belőle.
as much as he can see.
Nóz már jó!
Over curls a little bit. A little more room than it looked like on the camera. He does move the one on the back right and rolls in. Blue is still sitting shot rock by the looks of the camera. The ankles are maybe a little bit hard to see sometimes. Not always completely centered over the right over the middle.
Pontosabb lett volna azt elmozdítani, mint a...
Még ennyivel kijebb volt.
The blue one's looking a little bit lonely at the moment. But it is, from my eye, shot rock.
sealt löök, kui me tuleme siia
Nem érezted
sügavale,
gyorsnak, akkor ez
siis ta on
pont azt
vähemalt,
kellett volna, hogy minél kevesebbet.
sealt võib-olla natuke segab löömist, aga ta on väga hea nurk.
Kezdett el
See pidurdab. Paneme siia. Tule. see on tal puhtalt sinine välja.
Just egy oda, ugye?
Igal juhul ta siit on kergem.
Egy picit meg kell tolni, akkor
Küsimus
So here comes Lill.
72 täpselt. Ise kaitsesse. Või sinna hästi sisse.
szerintem nem lehet betolni, úgyhogy a kék elmozduljon.
Last year participating as a pair at the mixed doubles worlds in Sochi,
Lähme 8-5.
placing 5th.
Aga kui ta üle ei lähe.
Ütöd meg.
Okei, 90.
A sárgára
Palju. Või tõmbab sisse. Palju. Ei lõpuni. Palju aeg oli? Las tõuseb kaugele. Kaugel. Veel peab tõusma, ei tee midagi. Ei! Läks! Läks nüüd harjaga! Veel!
Ei tahaks lähedale viia.
Ugyanaz, baby, itt kell eltalálni.
Kui suudavad ära teha, siis ei ole midagi teha.
Kontroll.
So Mölder's going to use that blue rock that's just been delivered by Lill. He's going to play that back, try and chip it into the yellow, removing the blue at the back. They get the angles right here, not to get themselves to bring that blue one that they're using as the run back rock into play.
Sõltub kuhu, kui ta tabab, sinna kolaste vahele võtta minna.
He's gonna
Gyere vele! Kontroll! Söpört! Jön rá nagyon! Nagyon elindult! Végig kell! Tartani kell! Tartani kell végig! Végig!
Oh, and just a little bit of over curl.
On blue.
Will not be a measure. Team Nagy accepts the fact that blue is sitting short rock. In curling, umpires are not brought into the game unless they're called to make a decision. If it cannot be decided by the two teams in scoring, skips or vice skips in charge of the house make the decision on the points, agree. If a measure is required, umpire Bob or Vincent out there will come out and run the measure stick around for them. So that is a steal of 1 for Lill and Mölder. Well, they look like she did that. Just a little bit less takeout weight than George had thrown on his earlier run back. She can throw the big weight, but they had enough ice for that. Curled up a little more than they expected. And we've been seeing that on the ice this weekend. After the first couple ends, the ice starts curling a little bit more. It's a little bit faster. Teams are really enjoying the high quality of ice here in Curling Ben Zoetermeer. Ice maker crew led by Mark Nagelman, together with Dan and Diedrich. Kimberly preparing the ice for us each draw. Does manage to get that rock in around that front center guard. Backs up a little bit, comes up short. They'll have hungry opportunity to come around and take control of the top of that forefoot.
Innen dobtam oda a gárdot mellé. Körülbelül ezt gondolom jó jégnek. 4-es, 5-ös. Nem kell feltétlenül bebújni, itt is jók vagyunk. Félig, csak érinteni kell a vonalat. Söpört! Irány miatt kell!
Söpört miatt is! Rövid nagyon.
This one also curling up. So like we saw in the last end, a little bit more curl. Ice is settling in. Fourth end. Pebbles broken in a little more. A little more curl on the rocks. A little bit of an update on the other sheets here. On sheet A, we have Shirley Mioch and Joey Brunsman from the Netherlands. And they're playing against the Swiss team, Apothello from Switzerland. They come from the Montet region. Shirley and Joey just gave up a 4-ender to the Swiss. So they're down 5-1, playing the fourth end. Over on sheet C, we have our Latvia team playing against a team from Friesland. There's a club in the northern Netherlands. And it's a little bit of a tighter scoreboard. It's currently 3-1 for Latvia. Lots of nice rocks in play in that game. Like many countries, mixed doubles isn't played here in the Netherlands very extensively. A few players giving it a try. Last couple of years, Netherlands has been represented by Marianne and Mark Nagelman in the past, as well as Marianne together with Ezra Reba. Unfortunately, last year there was no participant. Hopefully, hosting this event and bringing in this organization will encourage some players to try it out and get out on the ice and start competing. We have 5 Dutch teams participating this weekend, which is really great for the discipline of mixed doubles. Hopefully it inspires some of them to continue. I've got a few rocks up front here. And Anger's got one nicely on in the back of the house in the forefoot. Sitting with 2. I'm trying to play a run back. Really great shot. Took advantage of some drag effect on those 2 front center guards. Ran it back into the yellows. Managed to move 1 yellow. Leaves 1 yellow sitting in play. The shooter is also still in play, so quickly change the picture. Fingers going to try and throw another one in there. Up the button. Making sure they have enough ice to get around that center guard.
Ha megkoccoljuk, akkor belülről kell megkoccolni. Ha csak megpuszíjuk egy picit, az is jó.
Communication in curling is extremely vital. Each team has a process of communication terms and words and that they use to indicate where they want stones to go, what kind of weights they're going to throw, release, rotations. Communication from delivery of the stone begins instantly after release to the end. Best outcome from each stone. They managed to tap that blue one back. Left it in play, which is really nice. It's now a little bit of a catcher for George and Ildi. For Estonia to remove those yellows, they'll have to negotiate around their own blue stones.
Ei, sina viskad rahulikult ise.
Probably discussing whether they're going to want to remove anything or just try and get a draw frozen in there. A little bit thin, rolled off a little bit hard. It'll stick around, sitting with 3 blue stones in play. So, Mölder-Lill are going to go on the aggressive here. They're just going to draw one in, leaving the other rocks in play. The blue stones, they're going to ignore those. Try and put one down on the top of the forefoot. A little bit of applause there for Joey and Shirley. Their families are here watching, cheering them on. Just got on scored a point with a nice shot. Hungry stones in their way. Really important they get by that guard. They do not want to rack on that. Coming by with fair bit of room. It's got some good space. Should finish up nicely here. And come right to the back of that. It's frozen on. It'll be hard to remove. It does leave some room with the pin. First, only to come down and sit on top of it. Tap back the yellows a little bit. They could be able to get shot rock from this. They'll have to be accurate with their weight and line. And again, the different styles. Sweeper going down to sweep the rock from the beginning, together with the thrower. They do ice themselves. This is working quite well for this combination. Doesn't work for everyone. Both of these teams started curling mixed doubles since the conception of the sport in 2007. And represented their countries on various occasions at the World Mixed Doubles Championships. And both have had success. Here comes Mölder-Lill's stone. While they're sweeping, they're going to come out and sweep this stone. It's pretty good for weight and line. Let's run and really get to the nose of this first yellow one. Nice shot. Looks like yellow is still currently shot stone. Does make it a lot more difficult for George and Ildi to score 2. They can't ignore it.
Ide be tudsz dobni, nem tudsz bedobni, ugye? Félek, hogyha pont átfordul és megtolod, akkor nem vagyunk jók.
Én azt látom, Max, hogy ezt egy picit csak egy teppen.
De az nem ide fog jönni, az itt fog megállni. Az nincs benne.
Because if they play this, they were bumping that blue one and moving the yellow one back and giving blue a score of 1.
Semmi.
Ma ei prooviks ju mängida. Ma ei tea, aga kuidas see
There's a bit of a hole there. They were looking at that. They elected not to use the hole. And they're just going to throw down the outside here. Choosing to throw that stone away, not risk losing their shot stone. They score 1. Back to a tie game, 4-4.
meie võime alustada.
So, yellow scores 1, 4-4. Half the game gone, going into N5. This is our 10th round of play here at Dutch Masters mixed doubles. Been treated to some really great top-level curling. We have 13 countries participating. A team from Canada, a couple teams from Switzerland, Estonia, 2 teams from Hungary, both medalist teams, reigning world champions included. 5 teams from the Netherlands, from Latvia, France, Australia, Russia, and Scotland, and Romania and Belgium. So really great international field here. Also one from Finland.
Shepard!
0-9 meile.
Shepard! Hányos?
Kell neki?
Csak az erő.
Maradj, nézd az irány.
Csak az erő.
A lot of these teams will be representing their countries at the mixed doubles championships in Karlstad later this year.
Baby, ez az oldal nem fordul annyit. Mi mindig kint maradunk.
Others are focusing maybe not representing this year or have not yet had their championships and using the tour as an opportunity to gain valuable experience to be able to be more competitive in their national championships.
See oli 3-9, see päris kaugele läks. Harja, 3-5. Okei. Mis on palge keskele?
Baby, minden rendben? Minden rendben?
George a little bit heavy on that, tapping back. Not quite getting the weight and the line angle right. Estonia coming in with the next stone here. They want to sit at the top of the forefoot as well, blocking the zone. It's coming up really nicely. And a really excellent shot by Heraclil.
Freeze a kékre!
So, freeze the same word, whether it's English or Hungarian. A lot of curling terms are carried over in transition in all languages, so curling fans can always follow along a curling game when they're watching. That one just breaking off earlier. A little bit, got that started a little bit, curled a little bit harder. It does open up the middle. A little bit of an apology there for teammates. Important that they stay focused. Very nice view of the ice, close up. See the little drops on the ice, that's a pebble. That creates a running surface for the stones to be able to glide and cut along curling ice. Curling ice is made special. This is Curling Baan Zoetermeer is the only dedicated curling facility in the Netherlands. 3 sheets you see here this weekend. Curling is played in other clubs on arena ice. We have a club in Friesland. It's played in Tiof Stadium, where you see World Cup skating. in Leeuwarden. Friesland Club is busy, active in both clubs currently. Curling Club Tilburg in the south. Curling Club Utrecht, center of the country. And here in Zoetermeer, Curling Club Prince William Alexander participates in this facility. If you want information on how you can curl in the Netherlands or want to give it a try after watching a little bit of the curling online this weekend, contact one of those clubs. You can find links to those clubs on www.curling.nl or www.curlingbandzoetermeer.nl. Both resources can provide you directions on where to try curling and give this great sport a try. If you're joining us from another country and wanting to follow other games currently in our event or follow the standings, you can check DutchMastersCurling.nl. It's www.dutchmasterscurling.nl, or follow our link on the Curling Champions Tour website. It's www.curlingchampionstour.org. And catch up on all the sites. Let's take a little bit of the sweeping static away. Hendrik's mic is located on his shirt, and when he's sweeping, it's giving a little bit of rubbing noise. We'll try and fix that for you throughout the rest of this game here.
Ilyen van a gár, nem szokott lenni.
So Noah's still sitting 2 stones. Hungary will try and come down and put another one in there. Determined to draw one into that forefoot. Still accessible to hit that center pin. You have to be accurate with weight and line here. Communication about the line of the stone is called from the person holding the broom at the other end. And generally the sweeper, in this case the thrower, will judge the weight and indicate how much extra it needs for sweeping to get it into the right position. It's teamwork from delivery to execution to end of stain. Stone outcome. Nice weight. A little bit of finish. Really nice weight on that stone. It didn't quite curl up as much as they wanted.
Az előbb leforgattam, tehát nem a jégforgósokat, hanem az előbb szűket tettem be. Ugye azért is kérdeztem, hogy nem szűk.
Discussing a little bit of the different releases and how much effect that's having on the stones. The amount of rotation makes quite a bit of difference on how much rock is going to curl across. Less rotation, a stone will take a little bit different line than a stone with more rotation. Catches the little pebbles on the ice that you saw in the film earlier, and it'll basically cut and curl a little bit sharper.
Okei, läks sisekülg. Kolmane. Läheb kaitset napit mööda sisekülg, okei.
Malin Mölder from Estonia. Represents Estonia at the European Championships with women. Hendrik is the coach from that team. And Hendrik also coaches the national junior men's team, currently participating in Finland at the Junior Championships, Junior World B.
Nagyon fontos, hogy ezt ne
And is also
toljuk
the coach
ki.
from Wheelchair. Really dedicated to curling, both of these couples out here on the ice tonight. Really instrumental in developing curling in their countries. And bring a lot of spirit and pride to the game.
Hármas nem lenne jó?
Nem, be kell jönni. Be kell jönni.
So,
Behozzuk a 3-as, 4-es.
Elodie has an opportunity to put another stone in there or protect what they have. The line will be really important here. Ildiko Zekers
Szerintem jó.
has represented Hungary mixed doubles and women's.
Nyomd rá!
Nincs Hagyi!
Nyomd rá! Végig kell neki! Nyomd rá! Wow, wow, wow!
Called over a little bit more than they were hoping for. They were hoping to have a little bit more of a guard. But it does make it a little more difficult for them, for Estonia, to remove that yellow stone and get in behind the guard. I'll have to negotiate it past both of the blue and the yellow rock behind it.
Akkor utána sokkal, akkor nem ér semmit, így legalább van valami közel. Azért ezt most úgy nem lehet megütni, hogy ez is kimenjen.
Don't probably throw with it just a lightweight and just make it a little tap. Try moving enough to score 2 here. Not sure if they can get to the inside of that. They were looking to see if they can get the inside of that yellow rock to tap it back without jamming it on the yellow rock behind. To play with a fairly, not too big a weight here, so they don't lose their own stone at the back of the house.
Mert úgy érzem, hogy ez egy jó kő, és ez egy nulla fontos kő azért, mert sarcs legalább, ha megáll 3-ban, akkor legalább védi, hogyha nagyobb jeget rakunk. Ha megvan a féz, akkor legalább arra ráfézelünk a sajátunkra, és akkor se tudja kiütni. A corner féz.
So, stone is underway.
Kogu tee! Läheb! Jõuad! Veel jõuad!
Lots of instruction from Mr. Lill at the other end. Didn't stay to help sweep this. He manages to tap it back. And it's going to be pretty close. They're calling for 1 here. Might want to call a measure.
Let's measure. It's 1 blue, white.
So they agree on 1 blue for sure. And they're going to call a measure for the second point. The first stone is eliminated.
Lehet, hogy kék.
So a measure for 2. We're going to get to see the umpires come out into the game here. Neither skip or vice skip can determine with their eye which stone is closest. So they're going to call for an umpire to come out and help. And here comes Vincent. Vincent's volunteering this weekend as an assistant umpire. Great experience and opportunity for him. He's working together with Bob Bomas, who is a qualified umpire. Just recently participated at the Junior World Beach Curling Championships as a game umpire. Competed at last year's Mixed Doubles Championships in Sochi also as a game umpire. So he's giving Vincent some lessons. Vincent's a member of the talent program here offered by the National Curling Association. So see how Vincent does his measure.
Fölrakom addig. Évi, nézd fel, én fölrakom.
I'll set up the measure stick to measure one of the stones, and then it'll go past that. There's a little dial on that to determine how much of the stone it actually makes contact with. And then move it around to the following stone. The measure is done. It is indicated by the umpire that it is blue. The blue stone is moved closer to the circle to make it clear. Both teams may have allocated one person that can observe that measure and ask for a remeasure if there is any question or disagreement. So that's often about as much as you're going to see an umpire step into a curling game. They are there to assist players. They're always available. Highly respected and also donate a lot of time to this great game. Valuable in our sport. Keep the calm behind the scenes most often in a high-level competition. All right. New rule this year introduced, the power play. We've seen this used quite a lot. All the teams are taking the opportunity to get some practice with this new opportunity. One time per game, each team has the opportunity with the hammer to choose to call a power play. This instance, the rocks are not sent in the traditional position. They are moved to the side. The team with the hammer stone, in this case team Nagy Szekeres, is placed at just in front of the tee line between the 8-foot and the 12-foot circle. And the guard stone is placed as a corner guard. The same distance between the hog line and the house as the center guard. That point is marked on the ice, so it's clear for the players where they need to place it. This takes the play to the side of the sheet as compared to the middle. A new introduction this year, trying to create a different opportunity to try and get the hammer to be a little more relevant in the game, see how teams play with it. Seen so far this weekend lots of different ways to play this. Here's yet another one. Team Lill chose to combat it by coming around and trying to freeze up to the shot stone around the corner guard. Were not successful, came up a little short, just coming at the top of the rings there. And Nagy immediately splits the house. This is something you see more often in traditional curling. Without the hammer, or when you have the hammer, you often want to split the house, try and get an easy two. When you do not have the hammer, your objective in regular curling is to block the center line. Mixed doubles kind of does that and forces everybody to play the center by not being able to remove stones. So, great to see this new power play rule. Teams are really enjoying it. So, Estonia will now try and bring the play back to the center line, tapping the rock up and rolling over towards the center. They want to take the play to the middle, block the forefoot. And Hungary's content to go around that. They're going to continue to use their corner guard. Just coming in there nicely. We're hoping to corner freeze on that blue one, so that if Lill attempted to remove yellow, it would also take the blue with it. So it didn't curl up quite as much as they were hoping. Oh, okay. Having rocks in play, sometimes that works for you. A little bit of a miss shot there by Eric Lill, but manages to get some rocks move around and bump some yellow rocks in play. None of them were removed. Clip the front guard there. A little bit less curl going the inside out. That's one of the things that happens when you're playing constantly to a certain line. Nobody really knows the line when you go to play the power play. So sometimes it's a little bit of instinct and determining how much ice you need to get out to the corners. George will just play an open hit on this blue one, sitting shot stone. Lots of sweeping going on here. I'd say it's curling a little more than he expected. He is going to remove it, but also roll out. So currently yellow is only sitting one. A little bit of debut for you on sheet A between Switzerland and Mioch and Brunsma from Netherlands. Is 8-2, and they're playing the 7th end. Over on sheet C, 7-1 currently for our friends from Latvia over Friesland. So a nice hit and roll, stays in play. George will go down and remove that and stay in play. George and Ildi have been playing together since 2007, mixed doubles. And they enjoy the game. It's nice to play with a teammate similar level and good balance in the game. I'm just hired up with a new coach to come and work with them, trying to bring their game to another level. That's a nice hit on the nose. I'll be sitting for 2 currently. Talking with George and Ildi earlier, and both have represented their country in men's and women's play consecutively for a number of years. Have the opportunity to play them both in mixed and in Ildi and women's. Really great team players, really motivated for the sport. Going to spend a little more time focusing on mixed doubles, and for Ildi a little more time with her kids. Balancing training and family is always hard. It takes a lot of commitment from the players out here at top international level to fit the time in for their families. So all of those families and friends home watching, thank you for all your commitment to your athletes out here and sharing them with all of us great fans so we can watch them perform on the ice. Mali also committing a lot to their sport, and families at home watching and cheering along. And nice exchanging rocks here. I would like to roll to the other side and get a little bit of a double. He is going to leave the opportunity for Ildi to play a double. She can get the roll off the right side here. Most important is she hits and stays. Scores her 2. Definitely doesn't want to roll out. So double is a bonus if you can make it. Definitely hit and stay. So here comes last stone at the end. And really quick jumping up to sweep that. And beautiful. Oh! She does make contact with the blue one in play and manages to move the blue out and sit two, bringing the back yellow one into play. Blue didn't quite leave the field of play, but she great effort there. Almost had that. It was a pretty flat double across the house. Good effort. They scored their two. Again, sixth end, tied game. 2 ends to go. Really equally matched, these two teams. Doing some great shot making on both sides. Both the male player and the female player. And great quality skills. And some great communication and team process together, showing the fact that they've both played together for quite some time. Not a lot of questions, not a lot of indecision between them. They kind of decide on a shot. Don't always maybe have the same opinion, but by the time the stone is being delivered, they've got one train of thought and execute it to the best of their ability. Managing the ice as well is always a bit of a challenge. So staying at the same rotation. Ildi is going to deliver the first stone and the last stone this end. That has been consistent. You are allowed to change each end, your throwing rotation. You cannot change during an end. The first thrower must also deliver the last stone, the fifth stone. And the second thrower must deliver the 3 middle stones. But you are welcome to change that each end. Depending what you want to accomplish. Oh, George comes up to the top of the 8 foot there. And Estonia will try and come around this. Put one on the top of the 4 foot. So this is some of the other opponents' previous games, not on the ice this draw. Die-hard curling fans. And me and Judith McCleary here are watching, and Team Canada also watching the games. Got some family and parents, die-hard curling fans, out here watching and cheering on all the curlers. Again, this line coming down on the away end, over curling. Having some trouble trying to manage that line, a little bit of a fine line, whether it curls or whether it runs a little bit straighter. And that out-turn side. Seems to have caught them a few times. Both teams have struggled with it. So the George are just going out a little bit further here and still try and get around that outside. So really good discussion. Really wanting to be clear where they want to put this stone. They really want to create an advantage. Only 2 ends left to play. So they're going to set up the end so they can either steal here or force one. So they have the hammer coming home. A little bit heavier. This is further out than we've gone during the whole game. They haven't gone out this far to play a draw. So George has managed really nicely to come up with a great weight. And here it comes in. And we'll just try and finish this up as much as possible.
Okay.
He's got a couple nice setup shots there. Can play that one in after if he needs to play up a shot.
Mida? No ei saa, see liin on kinni. Võtame keskelt ära.
Palun näita suunda. Seega.
I was hoping our young Walter would be back to help you out again for this evening. He did a great job this afternoon on commentary. But figures you can watch more of the curling from more sheets. So maybe he'll be back tomorrow for a game. Okay, on ice, have Lawrence Hookman out there, our cameraman on ice, bringing you another view. Members of the Dutch men's team. I have the honor to coach. All busy this weekend. Jaap's participating with his sister Celia. Saw them in action earlier today. Carlo, together with Lawrence van de Ven from Curling Band Zoetermeer, organizer of this great event. Really instrumental in bringing a curling tour event here to the Netherlands. Lots of motivation, lots of time, lots of investment in trying to get mixed doubles a little more exposure. Committed to their men's teams program, so not a lot of time to invest in a mixed doubles team as well. So having to make choices. Really trying to get this by here, sweeping it hard, and he's just going to rub that top yellow one. Unfortunate little miss there. Had an opportunity to remove that blue one and take a little bit of control. That just overcurled on him. So this gives an opportunity for Estonia to throw up a guard. Top of the house. I'd like to come down and sit top 12, I think. Not having a skip in the house, we don't get to see as much indication as a viewer what they want to accomplish. If you're Estonian, you're probably following along the language and have a little more of a heads up than the rest of us. But one thing is for sure, they will have a clear plan where they're going to put this. That one is just coming up a little bit short. And doesn't, oh, it is a nice, it over curls a little bit. Just crosses the center line. I think they would have liked it to be a little more, a little tighter to the house. Change the angle and the lines a little bit. George now has the opportunity to come down and play on that blue stone. Should be able to see at least 3/4 of it. He'll play a control weight, curl around. Should be able to get a little roll in behind those center guards. So, removes that stone, does not roll behind, rolls open to the open side there. They'll just come down and they'll remove it.
Kui meie kaitse taha ei pane, siis tuleb tema. Tema käis.
So,
3-0-4 oli ilmselgelt aeglane.
open hit here for Lill and Mölder.
90 vaja visata. Ma ei tea, kas see ennem tõukas, oli.
And I think they probably want to roll out and blank this end. Don't see very many blank ends in mixed doubles. But they probably don't want to be scoring 1 point. They would like to have an opportunity in the last end to have the hammer.
9-8. Appi.
Oh, and I'm wrong. The hammer does change over if you blank it in. You lose the opportunity to have the choice. So they are drawing in for 1 here. And come up a little bit short. Oh, my excuses. A couple more rocks to come yet, sorry.
Nem, nézd az irány fontosabb most.
So this is Hungary's last stone.
Majd, ha nagyon gáz szólok,
They're
jó, de
going to try
gyerek
and
ki
draw
van,
it
de mi, ha
around
nem
those blue
szólok.
ones. Sit for 2. This is an opportunity to either force one.
Jónak gondolnám.
It's definitely got some room to come around here. It's a matter of whether it's going to slow down enough to curl.
Hát 8, 7, 8,
It's a little bit warm.
ne legyen dupla.
Settle down at the back of the house.
Ei hakka siin tuult tegema. Tuleb üks kindlalt ära.
Okay, a little deeper than they would have want. A little bit less curl. Your weight's up a little. You're going to leave an opportunity here for, I think that front stone is biting. Front blue. There's potentially a double here to sit for 2.
Ühena ta võtta, meil jääb lõpukivi.
Definitely don't want to get the angles wrong.
Nii, jah? Peab päris vähe tabama, eks?
Ma tean jah, see on raske. Võib-olla võtame
Just an
kindlalt
advantage
ühe.
going into the last end would certainly be an advantage for Estonia. Who can make this double.
Mis sa kiirusest tahad? Ära võta nii siis.
10. Nii.
Mis ma teen siis? 20?
Mina teeks 10. 9,5 maksimum.
See pool ei tõusnud vist väga.
No seda enam peaaegu saab. Tegelikult tõuseb küll see pool.
Anna siis suunda natuke. Veel.
Seda on päris palju.
So the other 2 games on the sheets out here have been completed. Only our feature game on the ice.
Jaa! Uia! Ei! Jaa! Kuda! Ei! Okei.
Hit and roll. They stay in for shot stone. That'll be a score of 1 for Estonia.
Ő nem rakja, nem kifelé indítja el.
So, we've Ildi and George with the opportunity for the hammer in the last end coming home. They have already used their power play, so they cannot use it again. So rocks will go in the stationary position on the central line in the back forefoot.
Mis sa pakud siit libedama poole pealt? Kas see libe enam on? Et see on teine. Aga mäletad, siin oli sinine valgus. See oleks olnud.
All right, final end of play coming up here. If you're just joining us, this is the last end of play. Curling Band Zoetermeer, bringing to you live Dutch Masters Mixed Doubles. Tournament on the Curling Champions Tour. Watching live, two teams, George and Ildi from Hungary. George Nagy, Ildi Szekeres. Very experienced Hungarian team versus another very experienced team with Szekeres-Lill and Mölder-Lill from Estonia. Both of those teams have represented their country on numerous occasions. Men's, women's, mixed doubles. Very knowledgeable curling people on the ice at the moment, giving us a great opportunity to watch some high quality curling. Nice draw, weight, high LD. Coming down, putting that at the top of the 8 foot, just off the center line. Just a little bit of an overcurl by the first stone from Molly, moving that center line guard off a little. It's not optimal if you're trying to steal. So there's a little bit of an advantage for George and Ildi at the moment. So, Szekeres-Lill delivering a stone. Molly sweeping. And they're calling the line. Really great communication with these two teams. He's just going to move that, bumps into that guard again, rolls over to the right. So, a bit of struggling a little bit with the line this last end. Both teams wanting to create an opportunity and advantage to score. We'll see in curling a couple misses after each other, a little bit of frustration. Teams have to stay really focused and determined right till the last shots. Can turn around really fast in a curling game, as we've seen out here today. Mixed doubles, lots of rocks in play. No rocks can be removed from play until after the third stone has been delivered. And that creates a different strategy, different dynamic than regular curling, where only the free guard zone rule is in effect. Free guard rule does not apply in mixed doubles. It includes rocks within the house as well, stones. So on behalf of the teams playing on the ice, hello to your families, and hope you're enjoying our play. A live broadcast here from Curling Band Zoetermeer in the Netherlands. Nice guard. That crosses over the center line there, creating a nice line. Just leave enough room for little Mölder to come down and freeze on that back one, if that's what they choose to do. At the moment, the line is still available. They will want to get one in there in a scoring position, make it a little more for George and Ildi to have options and opportunity with their last stone. Currently 1 up in the scoreboard. They scored 1 in the last end. Hungary has the hammer. Hammer is the last stone thrown in the end. Szekeres-Lill.
välja. Ei. Kaugel. Ei.
It's coming in nicely here. Has to finish up. It's got a little bit warm. Just kisses the yellow, but rolls a little bit past. A little bit warm for that. Didn't quite make the finesse in the final finish of the stone. Ran a little bit longer than they expected. Mölder-Lill will try and throw this one in the top of the forefoot. Try and come around those yellow guards that they've got set up.
Kuidas? Minul üks veel, jah.
Hey, thanks to Christian Leibrant for all this great camera setup here at Curling Bands in Muir. Having set up what you can see here, this isn't normal standard equipment at our curling rink. Spent a lot of time, invested a lot of energy to bring in this live broadcast with 5 cameras and switching and sound from the players on the ice. They're all mic'd up. Stone's underway.
Kicsit széles, az elengedés szélesebb.
They want to make this
5, hányos?
line is really important. One definitely want to stay in front of the T line here. Looks like he's coming a little bit warm. He's going to end up at the back, setting up a nice pocket for Estonia. That's a little bit of a missed opportunity from
selle suuna peal.
Hungary.
Võta natuke sisse.
Ei. Kui sa teed 9-5, siis sama suund.
They're going to just try and put one right down on top of that.
Arvad, jah?
Vaata, seal on nüüd see toekivi, et sealpool ei olnud ka.
See võib isegi üles.
They're back far enough. This year, in the rule changes, the hammer, first place stone, team with the hammer, the stone placed at the back of the forefoot. Last year, that would have been at the back of the 1-foot circle in the middle, the dolly. That's been moved back to try and create a little more opportunity for the play to build up and not be taken away after initial stones. Teams seem to like it. Makes the play a little more interesting, keeps both teams working a little bit harder, trying to claim the center. So I was, maybe World Curling Federation is always looking at ways to improve their sport and bring new elements. They have a rules commission and a athletes commission that they listen to and talk to often about ideas to improve their sport and create a better viewership and dynamic for the game. And a brilliant shot here played by Mr. Lill. So, really nicely in the pocket. Not very possible for Hungary to remove that blue stones. They'll just want to come down and sit right on top of it, freeze it on the top. That is definitely an advantage for Estonia. But, as you can see, the pin, the center of the cross-section of the T-line that goes across the house, and the center line that comes down the house, that is still available and open. The objective will be to put this right on top of that little circle and claim that center. So, routine setup. All these top players have quite a routine. They approach the hack in the same way each time. Set up, focus on their target, line up, and deliver the stone with execution. A lot of focus. All of these athletes spend a lot of time in the gym. I know both of these teams are avid sporters. Really nice. That comes up sitting shot stone. Didn't quite come up to finish. as much curl as they were hoping for. They would have liked to get that right to the nose of the blue one, but
ta võib ainuke see, et lööb selle siia, ta paneb teise veel äkki, on ju.
ja me peame sellepärast kinni mängima, et muidu ta lööb siia kaks peale.
makes the angles a little more tougher for Estonia to take everything away, but is chances and possibilities.
kui tule, las siin kaitse siin. Sest seal on muidugi siit ka, aga ma ei usu. Me peame siia mängima, muidu
They are going to have to move it to eliminate Hungary from scoring.
Te võtsin natuke sisse selle.
They're going to have to try and get to the inside of it. Play it with some weight. They could also play it with some weight and play it off their back blue one. The blue one is not going anywhere. It's a matter of what angle they catch this yellow one on as to whether they move it out of play or not.
Okay? Siin on ruumi tõusta küll sise tõsta. Aga siis viskad valge keskele. Mis minu aeg oli? 9-1. 9-1, 9-5 ja pool. Midagi juhtu, kui ta siin on.
Here's Molly Mölder to deliver her last stone of the game.
Siis ka lükkab ta kehvemaks, okei?
Of this end.
Aga valge keskel on see suund.
If Nagy and Szekeres score only one, that will mean a score of 1, a tied game after regular play of 8 ends. That they would then go on to play an extra end. And that's looking quite likely at the moment. Wondering what happens here. She doesn't look very happy with this.
Okei, kiiruse pärast.
Oh. Really nice shot coming in there.
Midagi peab tegema.
Managed to bump that yellow one, but yellow is still sitting shot rock by the looks of the camera here. Shot stone is yellow. So a really great attempt. And George and Ildi are going to say thank you very much for that. And elect to throw their stone to the sideline and not to interfere any of the play. So, folks, we're going into an extra end here. Extra end of play. Hendrik taking one more look there as that rock's coming down through the house. And I think I'll completely agree here. It's one yellow. Both teams have agreed. So no measure required. Extra end.
Tuli okeilt välja. Tuli välja päris okeilt.
In this competition, there's only opportunity for one extra end. If that extra end is blanked, then the two teams will throw a draw shot. That is a rule that's only for this event, based on time and the opportunity to fit all the games in a competition. World Curling Federation rules, the game would continue on until a team scores. So, a little extra challenge. It's not very often to get blank ends in mixed doubles, but it's curling, anything can happen. If you're joining us from Estonia or Hungary this evening, hope you're enjoying the live broadcast here from Curling Van Zoetermeer, Netherlands. Your teams say hello to all of their fans and thank you very much for your support. And hope you're enjoying our games. So a big thank you to all our volunteers here in Curling Netherlands. Lots of friends, lots of family helping out. Carlo and Lawrence have done a great job organizing this great event, bringing Curling Champions Tour to the Netherlands. Thanks to Christian Leibrandt for bringing it live to the curling rink and to the fans out at home watching along. Thanks for following the games. Everybody's busy out there preparing the ice for the next round. One more draw tonight. This is the last round of round robin play. All of the teams have played in 5 pools of 4, playing 3 round robin games in each. We'll give you an update at the end of this game, who the qualifiers are, and what the playoff system will be.
Ilus töö. Sinine parem ka.
The first place teams in each group will qualify forward to quarterfinals. Additional teams will qualify as through an elimination game, and the best number 2 teams. The winners of those games will go on to play semifinals and finals tomorrow. All of these teams vying for valuable Curling Champion Tour points, and Mixed Doubles Tour. Great first shots here by both teams, bringing the rock right into the center to play here.
Me võime ära võtta vist, eks?
Äkki asetaks sinna lukku või?
Aga mis me jätame neid? Võtame siit sinise tagant ära, muidu see jääb pidama siin.
Meil ei ole
4 rocks
lõpukivi.
on 4 foot.
Meil on lõpukivi ka.
Jah, võtame sisenurk on siin.
Sinu vise, palun tule viskama.
Meil ei ole vaja neid võõrastele toeks jääda. Arvad, jah?
Sa oled kindel või? Sest meil on siin toekivi ja see on nagu näiteks paha.
Aga nad tulevad pärast järgi siin.
So lots of clarification, good discussions. Really want to get these rocks into the right positions. Don't have very many rocks to play with, only 5 delivered stones in each end. 8 ends of play, currently now in an extra end. Score is tied after end regular play. 8 ends of regular play. Teams play an extra end to determine a winner. He's trying to remove these yellow stones, throwing a nice double take out there. So leaving 1 yellow at the back. Currently blue is sitting 1. Nagy and Szekeres will come down and also talking about maybe playing a double. We'll remove those 2 blue stones and stay in the house. They're going to play with a lighter weight. Taking a little more ice here. So just a little bit of a tap. So they're going to try and create themselves a little bit of a backdrop so that harder to remove the yellow stones for play. Just a little tap. Good strategy. Reconfirming together how much ice they need, what kind of weight they're going to throw. Lots of experience playing together. These teams play together a lot. They've elected to throw a little bit more weight and just took down the ice a little. We can control the line a little bit better. A little more weight. So communication in a curling team is really vital. You got to make sure you're both on the same page, both trying to accomplish the same thing from the shot. So communication is effective to get the best effect. And nicely throw in. Remove 1, roll across the top of the forefoot there, top of the button. Stone's in a really nice position. Not really sure who's sitting shot rock. I think the blue and the yellow at the back are pretty close. A few more rocks to come, so that's not going to determine the winner of this end yet. Fans will have to be a little more patient to see how this is going to go. have some options. No.
ma viskaks teiselt poolt.
Well, they're just elected. They're going to, considering moving that guard off here,
ta peab tabama
playing a run back on that front one,
et ta läheb ülemise
recognizing that
korralisse
that's going to give, continue to give Hungary an opportunity to keep rock buried. They do have the hammer, so they're going to want access to that forefoot.
laimu ka kuulda
This will be a
tõuseb.
clearing stone.
ma lähtun sellest, et ta tuleb praktiliselt otse. kiiret on vaja, soma ja jalg.
Taking a deep breath, getting centered. Lots of focus and concentration. A little bit of wobble coming out. Clear peel. I'd like to maybe kick one of those yellows out there, and then you risk leaving your shooter in play. So clear peel is a pretty good opportunity.
kollased on nagu meie jaoks halvas.
Nothing to hide behind for
midagi
Hungary.
teha sulle peab ruumi lüüa.
Mi vagyunk a sem?
We're going to throw another guard here.
Szerintem nem. Jó sem.
Have to consider whether they're shot rock. They're giving a little bit of thought to how to put these rocks in position and secure shot rock, shot stone.
kollase, ülemise kollase vahe.
There's a few more rocks to come yet, so can be inclined to throw up a central guard and keep working around it.
see oli vast kõige parem.
And looks like they're going to come in and try and tap that yellow back a little bit.
Jó.
Secure that they've shot rock already, shot stone.
ilmselgelt ainuke relv, mitte tõkke pesta panna paremas ka.
Both these teams used to having other teammates. I was talking to them earlier and asked what the most difficult thing about making the switch from men's and women's to mixed doubles, and they both said the fact that you don't have sweepers getting everything ready for you, don't have as much information from your teammates. It's a big change in the game. You have to really focus on yourself and bring your own skills to the table. You can't rely on your teammates to help you out with the sweep or provide extra information or support. It's just two people focusing together, playing the same.
Irány jó. Öpöd. Öpöd.
Well, he said one of the things biggest for her was that she really learned that she knew herself better after playing mixed doubles. So, misunderstood the Hungarian there. They've just Hungarian language there. Sorry, folks. They've elected to just throw up a guard. And the guard margin was to come up on that crossover on the inside, leaving a little bit exposed on the intern side.
midagi tegema kollast.
Check my turns, looking out on the ice, and looking on the computer screen, so I don't see everything as easy. Leave a little bit exposed on the intern side, so if they choose to play it, it jams into their blue one at the T line.
kas ennem tuli suuna peale, hakkas keerama, eks?
They're probably just going to want to run that guard again. They want to make sure that they have a shot to the T line, to the forefoot for the win. So focus and concentration. Getting the hack with standard routine. Players practice a routine. Mölder-Lill, Estonia. underway, delivering his shot. Hoping to get a stop one and maybe take one of those yellow ones at the back. That is not the outcome he was looking for. He sticks his shooter, leaves it there for a guard, and takes his shot stone out of the house. That was probably the worst scenario for him. He'll be a little disappointed with that outcome. Looked a little bit unstable coming out. But calm and cool. True teammates. Good dynamics with these couples on the ice. Lots of support, lots of respect for each other. A good discussion from George and Ildi out here. They're just going to guard up that other side. That's the side of the forefoot that is a little more accessible. A little bit more of the white is showing on the in-turn side there. So looks like it might be over-curling a little bit. Just going to have to work it really hard. That's not bad. They actually tapped that guard. Didn't move it out of play or didn't open up the middle. Both rocks stay really close to the center line. It is accessible now for Estonia to play it straight back. Hit as much as they could see there. Be able to play it back into those yellows and move those yellows at least one or two out of play. Pretty tough situation here for Estonia now. That's commentary from the peanut gallery behind me here. Everybody has an idea about what shot they need to play. He's looking forward to a big one. So, Wally Mölder trying to fix up the last opportunity. Chins up. Focus on the shot that's being played, not looking back to the last one. Wally Mölder from Estonia. Just trying to come around that outside, come around that yellow one. Much of that forefoot as she can. Oh, just hit the guard. Estonia or Hungary will not be required to deliver their last stone. They'll accept that they score 3 and not deliver their last stone. So last end is for Hungary, scoring 3. It's a steal of 3 in the win. Final score, 10-7. So a little bit of update for you on the qualifiers. I'll be back with you in just a moment. Just going to bring Carlo Glasberger from the Organization Commission here. He's going to come down and give us a little update on the qualifiers coming to you tomorrow.
All right.
So welcome, Carlo. Enjoying the great games out here?
For sure, it was an exciting game.
Thank you for all your hard work in the organization. This is a really great inaugural event.
Yeah.
So what do we got happening tomorrow?
So tomorrow, the elimination games. We have 2 elimination games to determine the last 2 qualifiers for the quarterfinals.
Okay.
Which is Switzerland 2 against Hungary 1.
Okay.
And Switzerland 1 against Latvia. So both Swiss teams in the elimination round.
So Switzerland 2 is Panzera and Kloster. Switzerland 1 is Apotholos and Apotholos. Hungary 1 is Kiss and Palasenka.
Yeah.
And the other elimination round is Team Latvia. And that's Regza and Regza. Also an experienced team. So.
Yes. So the winner of the first elimination game will play against Scotland.
Okay.
And that game will be live streamed. That will be the quarterfinal match.
Okay, Scotland will be playing against the winner of Hungary 1 and Switzerland 2.
Yeah, and then another quarterfinal is Canada against Hungary 2.
So Canada and Hungary 2 are both qualified directly to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, Canada is best number 2.
Okay.
Russia 2 against Finland.
Excellent.
And Switzerland, the winner of Switzerland 1 against Latvia will play against Russia 1.
So tomorrow morning the first round is not broadcast, but you can follow on www.dutchmasterscurling.nl to follow up the line scores live. They will be posted as the game progresses. Other games, our first broadcast game is at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, quarterfinal. Scotland against the winner of Switzerland and Hungary. And look forward to a great game tomorrow morning.
Thanks. Thank you very much for doing a great job, Sherry.
Thanks, Carlo. Thanks, folks, for joining in and following the games. Look forward to connecting tomorrow, following along your teams. Thanks for all the great support, all the hard work that's going in here at Curling Band Zoetermeer. Sweet dreams, everyone. See you tomorrow.